My name's Mike Walbeck. I am the inventory control specialist here at the Homer City facility for Miller Fabrication Solutions. I have been here almost a year. I wear a lot of different hats. I help out a lot of different departments, but essentially my main role is to ensure the inventory accuracy for our Homer City facility. I do the Kanban pools for our product lines that are currently set up for our Kanban for those components. We're gonna go over that a little bit, kind of show you guys how I send signals and how that process works out from my end, and go from there. The manufacturing supply chain side for close to 10 years with my prior work experience. I had gone to college for business. Concentration was in general management, so I really had no idea what I wanted to get into. I knew with the business degree I had a pretty wide opportunity to go into any kind of different fields. It just so happened I interned right out of graduation at a healthcare manufacturing facility. It was just a role in supply chain as an assistant. That turned into an opportunity as a buyer planner. I will say I probably had no clue what a buyer planner was prior to that. So just a small little background on that. As a buyer, you're obviously bringing in the raw material and any kind of finished good componentry you need to build your products. And on the planning side, you're obviously helping plan production for whatever product lines you have. So I will say, as far as the opportunities in manufacturing, they're endless. They're not just you know, people making the product. It's many different roles behind it, many different departments. I will say that doing that internship made me realize how many different departments go into just the manufacturing of any componentry. But I'd say that was a big eye-opener for me as far as starting off my career. With my role as the inventory control specialist here at Homer City, I mentioned that I do wear a lot of different hats and work with a lot of different departments. So I'd say one of the most challenging things is just managing my time, prioritizing, you know, what's hot, what needs done first, and making sure I'm getting done the most important things in a timely manner. I think time management is huge when it comes to manufacturing. You can't just stop everything. You need to make sure, you know, the production lines are rolling and products getting made, and you definitely need to work well under pressure. Okay, I'm gonna go over our Kanban process from the Homer City standpoint. Our Kanban process is essentially, you see the cards here. It's a card system where we send signals to the planning team in Brookville based off of when we were gonna need these parts. Now, you can see we have some that are colored, some that are white. These white ones are a daily pull. So we essentially will pull it daily when we are building steady. And then these colored ones are based off of a particular day. Now you can see we have orange out here for Monday, which is today, and they're weekly, so we're gonna pull when we need them on their particular day. Once we determine what parts we need jobs created for, we will put our signals in up here, take a picture, send it to our planning team. Planning team will create the work orders and let us know. Once all the work orders are created, we'll move these from our work order needed side over here onto the work order release side and keep an eye on it. So once they go away from the work order release side is when we get the parts in and they're transferred to the bin location they need to go to. Now, our pull days, so our safety stock, which is the min quantity we want to hold on hand at all times for these particular components, and the components, the work order quantities for when they're generated, those are all determined based off of our run rate for that particular item. And that is determined monthly, and that's how we base it off of our pool. So we know we have a certain safety stock we need to maintain and how many parts we're going to be building per day, and based off that, that'll help determine our pool system. Now, why we do a Kanban system is to keep our inventory as lean as possible and parts flowing in on a timely manner. So based off of all these parts that are a weekly, manufacturing and planning have determined that they can get these done within a week to get them to us, and then the same goes for these daily parts. We've determined that we can get those done within the following day to get them to us, so we can keep product moving and keep our lines running, but at the same time not sit on a ton of inventory. We want to keep the inventory low, keep the inventory dollars low, and at the same time though, we want to maintain a safety stock where we have enough on hand to keep the lines running in case there's an issue or something pops up. So this is one of our main warehouses for our a couple of our product lines that we have under Kanban. We don't have the cards up here because we have some moving parts, but we'll base it off of, say we were looking at this part in general and our safety stock is a particular, we'll just give 10 for example. We can see visually we have 5, we have 9. So if it was 10, this is just per se, we would know, hey, we're already under our safety stock, and based off our run rate, we would know how many parts we were going to use in that particular day or that particular week, and whether we would need to send a signal for planning to release a new job, to get it out up there, just so it's in the process, and then eventually then we'll get it down within that certain time frame. I think our main goal is to add some of our other product lines to the Kanban system. We have one in particular where we're just getting started on. It's in the early stages. Our planning team and the production team up in Brookville are working through the parts as far as, hey, how quickly can we get these done? What days does it make sense to do the pools? And eventually, once that is all that information gets gathered and determined, it'll come down. From my side as far as when do we need to send the signal based off of our current inventory and what we're running, and then it'll be go live, and we'll have another one on board. So I think that's kind of the end goal, is to get as many of our product lines that make sense on the Kanban system, just to keep that inventory low and keep the lines running. So as inventory control specialist, obviously I get to deal with all the inventory here, many different forms. You can see we have some round bar. This particular raw material essentially can get cut, it can get machined in-house, we can send it out to be machined to alter it into whatever product we're making. So just in general, I get to deal with many different forms of raw material as far as componentry or just straight raw material that is going to get turned into something from what we already got it in as. So like I said, this particular product's going to get cut, it's going to get machined. It all depends on what it's going to be used for. And we see many different types of material in-house, many different types of componentry that we use for our products. So you're always on your toes. You never know what you're going to get as far as different types of things you're going to see. And the way we get it in and how we are processing it, comes in one way and it's going to come out as a finished product, so it's going to look completely different. So it's pretty cool getting to see how we transform something that comes in as a raw material or as a component, and then it gets put onto our product, and then it goes out the door. It's pretty neat to see that process take place.